Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts that float to the forefront of my mind. You're probably wondering, I use this a lot as a jacket, so it's a flannel, ladies and gentlemen. And I know you're very concerned about that. It's a little bit chilly out here, but I wanted to come out to the outdoor thing. I still don't have my new seat thing on here because it's too damp. I wanted to talk to you a bit today, a little bit more about voter suppression and things. Remember, I did one recently about a wake-up call for the 2018 midterm elections because a lot of people are under the false impression, I guess, that something is going to change, and it won't change until we clear up this voting situation. What do you think about this, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think it's about time that voting became an absolute constitutional right, for number one? And for number two, do you think it's about time that we did something to make voting easier rather than more difficult for people? For example, I noticed like 5 seconds after my son turned 18 years of age, in the mail he received something from the Selective Service where he had to fill out in case they reinstitute the draft at any given moment. And they might have to. You have to fill that out right away or you're in big trouble. So why don't they just automatically register people to vote when they turn 18 years of age, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't they just do that? They have everybody on record anyway because of, they're able to send out the Selective Service jazz immediately, if not sooner. So that should be also pertain to voting in this country, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to break it to some of you who really think that we are an exceptional country. We're exceptional for a few reasons. One of them is that we do not have a good voting system here. It's one of the worst on the globe. Yes, I know massive pearl clutching is unfolding now. People are running and screaming to the streets about Lounging with Lisa just said that we don't have a very good voting system here. Well, we don't. First of all, we are the only developed country that has anything similar to an electoral college where the person with the most votes oftentimes is not the winner. That makes loads of sense. Second of all, the voting is not secure, ladies and gentlemen. Back when I was young, and I used to go into the voting booth with my mom and, hang on to her skirt or whatever. There were these little peg systems, and like you pushed it through a paper ballot thing. That was more secure. These machines are hideous. They're easily hacked. For $15, you can get a device that literally hacks the voting machines. It's that easily done. So, and they're owned by corporations that have every reason to stop a candidate of change from getting anywhere, like Ron Paul or Bernie Sanders or Dennis Kucinich, people like that who really, really want change in this country. They're not going to get anywhere, not in this country, because we're owned by corporations, ladies and gentlemen. Then we basically have, I've gone over this before, the Interstate CrossCheck program that literally, and I only use the word literally, in a literal way, whatever. It literally purged millions of voters off the voting rolls. 75,000 alone were purged in Detroit. And this is why Jill Stein, the Green Party candidate for president in 2016, the reason why she called for the recount was to count votes that had not been counted. These people that stood in line forever and a day because their voting precincts they don't have as many anymore. Anyhow, they were given a placebo ballot, is what Greg Palast, the investigative reporter, calls it. It's a provisional ballot that you fill out. They didn't count them. That's what she wanted to do, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the purpose of Jill Stein's recount was, or first time count, or however you want to call it. Getting to the whole deal with cutting back on the precincts, the Voter Rights Act that Martin Luther King Jr., it was his pride and joy, that helped African Americans and whatnot, to be able to vote in a more American way. It was gutted by the Supreme Court. I think the year was 2013. I'm not sure of the particular case, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I don't know everything. I just pretend to. The second that was gutted, all of these states, what they took out the provision that said that some states that have been known for shenanigans in terms of suppressing voters, that what used to have to happen is if, like, say that Alabama wanted to change a voting law of some kind, they would have to get permission from the federal government first. Well, when this Voter Right Act was basically gutted, that provision was removed. So as soon as that happened, all kinds of states all over the South decided to get rid of certain polling places, and to come in with these voter ID laws and all of this stuff, because heaven forbid could maybe the African Americans have a voice in our country, or Native Americans, or people that are marginalized, or, you know, minority voters and stuff. It's a travesty, it's disgusting, and I will not stand for it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's all. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging, while coming at you with news items of the day.